Good morning, Sylvie's here.
Commissioner Holzman here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Groups here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
For 3 more minutes.
Kenny's here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Commissioner Coleman joined the line.
Maida Coleman is here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
We are all here, so in about 1 minute, when it changes to noon, we will go ahead and proceed. And it is now noon, so with all commissioners in attendance, we will go ahead and convene the agenda meeting for the Public Service Commission on November 12th. Due to COVID, the commission will continue conducting agendas via WebEx for the foreseeable future, so I ask those participating on the call, please mute your phone unless you need to speak. The first order of business is to approve the minutes from November 4th agenda, the open minutes. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the open minutes for November 4th, 2020, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those minutes are approved 5-0. We also had closed minutes from November 4th. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the closed minutes from November 4th, say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those minutes are also approved 5-0. We have 7 tariffs and new orders today and no case discussion. So first up is file number EO 2018-0211. This is in the matter of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren, Missouri's third filing to implement regulatory changes in furtherance of energy efficiency as allowed by MEA. So this order approves a revised technical schedule, technical resource manual, and deemed savings table for Ameren, Missouri's MEA program. Now, the commission had previously approved revisions to the TRM and deemed savings table, including as recently as this last July. Last month, Ameren filed an update that will include the EM and V results for the 2019 program year. And the revision also includes updates to multiple measures based on feedback from the evaluation contractor and the program implementation teams. So the company states that the requested changes were analyzed for cost effectiveness. Ameren reported that staff did not have concerns with the proposed changes and no other responses were received. So finding that these proposed changes are consistent with the 2018 commission approved stipulation and agreement that requires Ameren file updates to its TRM and deemed savings table, I do support this order and I recommend that we approve the order as drafted version 2. Commissioner Kinney.
I am in support of the order.
Thank you. Commissioner Roop.
I am supporting the order.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number EO 2021-0032. This is in the matter of an agreement between Evergy Inc. and Elliott Management Inc. So we issued an order in August granting staff's request to open an investigation into the Sustainability Transformation Plan and the agreement between Evergy and Elliott Management Corporation. This docket was opened as an investigatory docket and not as a contested case. However, in October, AARP requested to intervene and requested the commission develop a procedural schedule with an evidentiary hearing. Now, as we've made clear from the very beginning, this is simply a fact-finding document, and we expect staff to file a report and any recommendations it may have in January. So AARP's request for intervention in this docket is not appropriate, and therefore I support this order denying the application to intervene version 1. Commissioner Kinney.
I support it as well.
Commissioner Roop.
I support the order.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted, version 1, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number EO 2021-0021. This is in the matter of the application of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren, Missouri, for an accounting authority order to record and preserve net costs and revenues related to COVID-19. Now, when Ameren, Missouri filed its triennial IRP filing in September, the company also requested a protective order restricting access to certain people associated with the Sierra Club. Now, this one was difficult for me, but when it came down to it, I recognize Ameren's concerns and the complexity of the status of the federal litigation that they are involved in. And I also think that Ameren's concession of allowing Sierra Club's legal counsel and one consultant not connected to the federal litigation to review the IRP material is a reasonable compromise. So I support this order granting a protective order that restricts access to certain Sierra Club staff and consultants, and I recommend that we approve this order as drafted version 2. Commissioner Kinney?
I agree and support the order.
Commissioner Roop?
Yeah, I struggle with this one too. This was a difficult decision. On one hand, you don't want to run the risk of having, our rules used against, organizations that maybe that don't agree with the utility. But there has been repeated times in the past where Sierra Club has misused information that they should not have used, that they had obtained. So, it was a very difficult one to decide. So I think I'm going to go ahead and support the order granting that, because I agree, Mr. Chairman, the concessions that the utility did make to allow their general counsel and the other consultant, but given the track record of Sierra Club's misusing of information in the past, gives me enough concern. The only thing is I don't want it to be believed or this to read into that if we did not grant this protective order, then that would give the company the right to be less forthcoming with information in the future. I think they should always be very forthcoming with information, regardless of how this were to be decided. So, that being said, I will support the order.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Coleman?
I will support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman?
I echo what Commissioner Roop just said. I think that he put it very well, and I also support the order.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is now approved 5-0. Next up, file number GC 2020-0201. This is Claude Scott, complainant, v. Spire, Missouri, Inc., DBA Spire as respondent. This order just sets an evidentiary hearing for December 4th, beginning at 9:15. That hearing will be conducted via WebEx, and I support this order as drafted version 1. Commissioner Kinney?
I am in support.
Commissioner Roop?
I'm in support.
Commissioner Coleman?
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman? Commissioner Holzman?
Support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number GR 2021-0124. This is in the matter of Summit Natural Gas of Missouri, Inc. Their changes to company's purchase gas agreement or purchase gas adjustment clause. Summit Natural Gas submitted tariff sheets changing the purchase gas adjustment factor. These revisions include adjustments to the company's actual cost adjustment factors. Staff reviewed the filings and recommended that they be approved to go into effect on an interim basis, subject to refund. This order approves the tariff sheets and directs staff to submit its ACA review of the changes by December of 2021. So I recommend that we support the order as drafted version 2. Commissioner Kinney?
I support the order.
Commissioner Roop?
I support the order.
Commissioner Coleman?
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman?
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file numbers GO 2021-0030 and GO 2021-0031. This is in the matter of the application of Spire, Missouri, Inc., DBA Spire, to change its infrastructure system replacement surcharge in its Spire, Missouri East and West service territories. This order approves a stipulation and agreement concerning Spire's infrastructure system replacement surcharge adjustment. Spire, staff, and public counsel filed the stipulation and agreement on October 23rd. The Missouri School Board Association indicated that it did not object to the agreement. This order rejects the tariff sheets staff filed in August and directs the company to file new tariff sheets consistent with this agreement. Under the agreement, if public counsel does successfully challenge the Western District Court of Appeals opinion that upheld the commission's decision on allowance for cathodic treated bare steel pipes, the bare steel pipes in this case shall be consistent. So I recommend that we support this order as drafted version 4. Commissioner Kinney.
I am in support.
Roop.
I'm in support.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 4, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. And final order today is file number GR 2021-0127 and GR 2021-0128. This is in the matter of Spire, Missouri, Inc., DBA Spire, East and West, purchase gas adjustment tariff filing. So this order approves the purchase gas adjustment factor for Spire's East and West service territories. The Environmental Defense Fund, Public Counsel, Midwest Energy Consumers Group, and Consumers Council of Missouri filed a response and a motion seeking a procedural schedule. The commenting parties questioned the prudency of Spire's affiliate transactions with Spire St. Louis Pipeline. The opposing parties state that in Spire's 2017 rate case, staff recommended and Spire agreed that the PGA/ACA filing was the proper place to assert imprudence or unreasonable cost. The opposing parties are requesting the commission only allow the tariffs to go into effect subject to refund. I think the parties are failing to realize that the PGA adjustments are interim and subject to refund, and review of any prudency issues concerning the affiliate pipeline should be addressed in the actual cost adjustment review. So, consistent with staff's recommendation, this order approves the PGA factor interim adjustment and directs staff to submit the results of its ACA review no later than December 15th of 2021. And I recommend that we approve this order as drafted version 2. Commissioner Kinney.
I support the order.
Roop.
I support the order.
Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I support the order.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is now approved 5-0. That concludes reports and orders today. We have no other discussion or case discussions, so that brings us to scheduling. Today, Friday, November 13th, we are in the midst of an evidentiary hearing, EU 2020-0350. That's Evergy's application for an AAO, allowing the companies to record and preserve costs related to COVID-19. That is being conducted via WebEx with Judge Jacobs presiding. Wednesday, November 18th, agenda at 10:15 a.m. Friday, November 20th, evidentiary hearing in WO 2020-0410. That's Missouri American Water's petition for approval to change in ISRIS. That will be via WebEx at 9:15 with Judge Jacobs presiding. Wednesday, November 25th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. Depending on if there's anything to be done that week with the Thanksgiving holiday. Thursday, of course, the 26th is that Thanksgiving holiday. Wednesday, December 2nd, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. And Wednesday, December 9th, agenda at 10:15 a.m. So that gets us out through December 9th. Are there any questions, comments, or requests regarding scheduling for the next month? All right, hearing none, and with no other business coming before the body, thank you, commissioners. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
you.